Okay guys, this is the fabric I'll be using for this project. This is African print, also known as Ankara. I'll be combining these two fabrics for this very project. So first and first, I'm going to fold my fabric into 4, which I've already done here in the video. I folded my fabric into 4 because I'll be cutting both the front and the back together. Then after that, the next thing I did was to roll out my starting line, and then from which I took my shoulder measurement, which is 15 inches. By the way, I wanted to do 14 inches, but I realized it is gathers. The up is going to be gathered, so there is no point reducing it, so I made it 15 regardless. Then we're making an off shoulder dress, so I minus the 6 inches from my off shoulder, and then I marked my armhole, which is 9 inches, because it's a free dress and I don't want it too tight. We want the armhole to be free, so I made mine 9. You can calculate your round bust measurement, and then after adding your one, then you add 2.05 to it. After that, I slanted my neck, because if you look at the the inspiration video, you realize that the neck is a bit slant. So after which I marked the full length of my first tier, because the dress is going to be like a tier dress. So this is the first tier of the dress, which is 20 inches, because I want the second one to start from like close to the knee line. So after which I connected the line to my armhole, just so I'll be able to cut out the excess fabric that I don't need. So now just watch everything you see me doing closely. If you don't understand, you can replay the video and then you get it. It's very easy. So after separating the first tier, I brought in the second fabric, which I already cut off camera. This is 16 inches, by the way, for the middle fabric. Is 16 inches, and I placed my tape to check out the measurements, the length we already have, just so I'll know the amount of fabric I need for the remaining part of the dress. After checking, it was around 41. Sorry, I didn't realize my camera was not capturing that part of the video. So after what I calculated was 41, and my full length is 55. So what I need is like 14 inches extra. So I added 2 inches for my seam allowance, for the hemming allowance. So I went ahead to mark out the 16 inches, and then I connected the line, and then I cut. If you're still watching to this point, please do well to like, subscribe. It's going to make me happy and encourage me to post more tutorials on here. Thank you very much. So after cutting, this is what it's looking like. So I'll just take it to my machine right now to join the 3 fabric together. I'll join the first one to the middle fabric, and then the middle one to the last one at the hem. So the next thing I did was to mark out where I want my pocket to start from, which is 1 inches below my half length. That's 16 inches, by the way. And then I marked down 7 inches and notched it for my pocket opening, so that way it will be easier for you to fix your pocket. So after doing that, the next thing I did was to remove the front piece and then reduce my back neckline by 3 inches, because the back neckline is deeper than the front neckline. So I went down by 3 inches, and again, sorry, I did not realize my camera did not capture that part. It was not showing. So after slanting it down, after reducing the neck by 3 inches, I then proceeded to cut out the fabric I don't need. So yeah, this is my front and back piece. After drawing my gathers, you all know how to draw gathers. It's just to sew a loose stitch on the neckline and then draw it, pull it together. So after drawing the gathers, I made 4 straps to turn my necklines with, because we're going to be turning the necklines and the armhole with a strap, with a bias strap. So I made 4 straps. I'm going to turn the neckline with it from the face side and from the wrong side, and then top stitch it on the right side. Yeah, we're going to sew from the wrong side and then top stitch on the right side. And then meanwhile, we're going to be turning for the front piece, we're going to be turning both the neck and the armhole together, while for the back piece we're going to be turning just the neckline without the armhole. Again, I repeat, for the front piece we're going to be turning the neckline and the armhole, which is from the wrong side, and then top stitching on the right side, while for the back piece we're going to be turning just the neckline. So here I'm done turning the neckline. This is the back piece and it's looking so neat. Yeah, and that is the wrong side and the right side. This is what your neckline should look like. And also this is my front piece, which I've turned both the neckline and the armhole together. I'll just proceed to join the pocket to the front and the back piece. I'll just add the pocket, so when I'm joining the two pieces together, it'll be easy for me to just sew along it. So now for the flower details on the sleeve, this is how we're going to cut it. I've gummed Estee to my fabric, paper gum to be precise, but I advise you use soft Estee. You use soft paper gum, not color gum, because if you use color gum it will be hard for you to turn. So basically just use the Estee. So now I'm going to mark 5 inches for the petals. Then after marking 5 inches, I'll mark 1 inch at the edge. Then I'll divide the 5 inches by 2, which is 2.5, and then I'll mark a point there. And then on that point I'm going to mark out another 1 inch. Then I'll connect the 3 points together, just like you see me doing in the video. It's very easy. And then I'm going to cut. So this is what it will look like. So for the 2 sleeve, we're going to need about 20 pieces of this. So 10 for each sleeve and then 10 for the other one, because the petals are 5 for each sleeve. So I said 10 because we'll be joining 2 together just like this. You join it right side facing the right side, then you're going to stitch all around following the shape. I'll go work on these ones and then I'll come back and show you guys. So after turning them and ironing, this is what it looks like, and we have about 20 here. We have about 10, 5 for each sleeves. So after turning them, I'll just go make a straight stitch at the edge. So after making the straight stitch, I also went ahead to make a bias, 1.5 inches. I folded like half inches, and then is remaining about half inches as well. So I'll just take it to my machine and then I'll use it to cover the edge just like this, leaving a little space where another rope strap will be able to pass, because when we're going to fit another strap inside, that's the strap we'll use to pull the petals together and then make a knot. So now I'm done covering the rough edges with this bias tape, and also making it and also stitching it in a way that this strap can pass through. So I'll just get my safety pin and then I'll pass the strap through. Just watch closely and you understand what I'm doing here. So this is me passing the strap through the casing we just made on the petals. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. After passing the strap, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to pull the petals together and then you can just tie it. You can decide to make a bow if you want. Just freestyle, whatever you want to do with that petals. Extra strap, just do it. So yeah, buddies, we're done, and this is what my 2 petals look like for my 2 sleeve. So now what I'm going to do is bring the back pieces which we connected our back pieces. Now I'll go and join the armhole. We covered just the neckline and not the armhole for the back inches. So right now we'll just measure what you have on your armhole. Mine is 4.5, and then you add it to that 6 inches you minused for your the 6 inches you took out for your off shoulder for the back and the front, making 12 inches, and then you add it to the 4.5 inches from your armhole. That's 16.5 inches. So if you don't want your armhole to be falling, if you don't want your sleeve to be falling down, I'll advise you take out 1.5 inches from it, because that was what I did. So you take out 1.5 inches from the total of 16.5 inches strap you made, and then you mark out 4.5 inches, turn the armhole, you turn the armhole, and then you sew the remaining part of the open strap. So right now I've turned the armhole and then I've sewn the remaining open part of the strap. This is what it's looking like. If you don't understand this, replay it again and trust me, you'll get it right. So this is what the back is looking like. So I'll take the edge of the strap, the one going to the front, and then I'll take the middle part of the petals. We have 5. So I'll take the one that is alone, the middle one. Just what you'll see, the one that is by itself. I'll take it, and then just around where I made that bias casing, I'll just go and stitch it there, and then I'll make a top stitch at the edge of the petals just to keep it in place. So after doing it, this is what I have. This is what it looks like. So pretty, I know, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is to fix the front piece to the sleeve. So I'll just raise the strap up, and then if you notice where the 2 petals join together, where they meet each other, I'll just overlap it on my armhole, where the armhole connects with the neckline, just where you see me holding in the video. So I'll just hold it together, not the petals, mind you, where the petals meet together, I'll just hold it and then I'll tack it on there. Make sure you back stitch multiple times so it can stay in place, so it will be strong and will not pull off easily. So after doing that, what I'm going to do now is to join the front and the back together, and then join the sides along with the pocket. And after that, I'll hem the down of the dress and I'll overlock the rough seam inside. So if you've watched to this point, do well to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.